Hi lovelies, I'm back. It's Tiffany and I'm here to have a Housewives Discush Sesh with you. Before I even start though, I want to just say thank you to anybody who's been watching my videos, all my followers, subscribers, supporters, just all of you. Thank you. I know I don't have a big following, but it's just nice that people are entertained or interested by this little outlet that I have to talk about housewives, because I've been wanting to blog for years, but I just never had the courage to do so. And I love Housewives. Like I told you guys in previous videos, I've been watching the Housewives for like 13 or so years now, like from the beginning of New York. And I'm just really happy that anybody's even interested in this. So thank you guys. Just wanted to tell everybody that. Thank you. And I'm going to talk about the Real Housewives of New York, the latest episode, number 3 in the season 13 today, while I do my makeup. And anything on my face, you're going to see down in the description. So let's get into it. Let's talk Real Housewives of New York. Another thing, I'm not doing my hair today. You know why? I get to go get a tattoo. I have some tattoos on the back side of me that I just don't like. I'm past that, over it. So I found a really great artist and he's going to put a whole new tattoo and cover up the old ones. And I'm really excited. My first session is today. So I can't do anything with my hair other than this, but that's okay because I'm going to still do my makeup and we're talking housewives. So win, win, win. Okay. Now, like I said, Real Housewives of New York, season 13, episode 3. That's where we're at today. We left off last week with Leah and Ebony, and they were, talking together because of Ebony's uncomfortable feelings with the other housewives. Oh, by the way, if anybody that does not live in my hometown knows who this baseball team is, this minor league team, I'll be really surprised. So just throwing that out there. If you don't live where I live, I'm going to be really shocked. Anyhow, back to New York Housewives. You see how much I can get off track? Okay. So that's where we left off last week, was Leah and Ebony discussing Ebony's feelings because she not secluded, but she went away to her room after the healer left and all that. So we're going to start this episode with the morning after the first night. And Sonia and Ramona are, I always want to call them Ramonia. Still do, even after all these years, because they just mesh together, don't they? But of course, they're sharing a room and a bed together. Are we surprised, guys? No, we're not. But again, this was nice that they didn't freak out over the bedrooms. I mean, I did kind of like that part of it, that we didn't have to see and endure that. Especially the second and third episode in. So they're all discussing the night before. And, oh my gosh, is it not crazy that Ramona's dog Coco is still here with us after all this time? Because like I told you guys, I have gone back and started binge watching New York from season 1. I do this periodically throughout the years. It's just, I do it with all the Housewives franchises. I don't know why I do it. I just can't help myself. It's just my favorite. I don't know. And I love going back and then seeing where they are, wherever the current season takes them. But it's so crazy that Coco is still with us, Out of all of the dogs and Housewives history, Coco was there from the beginning. And to see her still around, because, Bethany doesn't have Cookie anymore because Cookie passed away. Jiggy's passed away, I just think it's so wild that Coco, she's still hanging around. But I had to just mention on that, or touch on that. And then they show Ebony with the Keurig machine, and I was laughing so hard because she was trying to figure out how to brew her coffee, and she was just like calling for help because she was like, I'm not sure what to do. I wonder, maybe she just doesn't use a Keurig at home. I was gonna say, I wonder if the man in her life does it. But then I just remembered that her and her man aren't even together. So mean of me. How awful for me to even think that. How could I not remember? Anyways, but I just found it comical that she was just like, Ramona, Sonia, somebody help me. Like, ooh, girl, I know how it is when you need that coffee in the morning and you can't get it to cooperate with you. I know that struggle. Oh, she said, can anyone turn this thing on? That's what she said. Oh, that was funny. Can anybody turn this on? Okay. And then they go back to then Ramona and Sonia together. Talking about the healing session. And Ramona was like, you can just tell. She was not even connected with it the night before. And Sonia's trying to talk to her about it like the next day as if anything really set in with her. I don't feel like Ramona was connected at all. So, maybe she just always has her guard up. Maybe that's just Ramona. But I just was like, of course she wasn't connecting with it. She wasn't even really into it when it was happening. And I don't care. Okay, this is just an observation from watching it. It's just, it is kind of weird that they have Leah and Ebony with these ladies because, I mean, Sonia's been on since the middle of season 3. And then, obviously we know Luann and Ramona have been on since season 1. And I just feel like the relationship between them all just doesn't make sense. Like, I just feel like I feel like they wanted to keep Leah on the show maybe because they want to bring that young presence to, New York, and you know, Tinsley's gone, which I really hope she comes back. Ditch Scott Tinsley. He's just playing you and working your feelings. Like, he's dirty. You can do better, Tins. Okay. Anyways, I feel like they're trying to still keep that young vibe, and that's why they had kept Leah on. And then she needs a friend. And also, thank God they have some okay, I already said this before, but I am so grateful to see the diversity of having Ebony in on the Housewives. Anyways, but I just feel like they maybe are not meshing well with the older ladies than maybe what like other women in that same age group could have done. I don't know. It's just not the same chemistry that it was with the other women before in previous casts of New York. That's just my observation. I mean, I don't know. Let me know. What do you think? Do you feel the same? Do you think that it's kind of strange to see these younger women of New York and these older women together? Does it seem genuine to you? Does it seem... I don't know. Just let me know. Let me know what you think. I like to hear some opinions. And then I think that it was good that Ebony was confiding in Luann about Ramona. I think that that was the best person for her out of Sonia and Luann to go and talk to about Ramona, because Luann has been dealt some hands, some cards with Ramona over the years. Ramona has really put her foot in her mouth with Luann. We've seen it. Okay. Gotta make sure the eyebrows look right. You know, if you don't have the eyebrows looking right, the whole look is just ugh, right? Okay. I thought it was a good choice, but I can also see where like Ebony was feeling upset about like some of the comments that Ramona made, because Ramona sometimes just does not have the best tact. And the help thing, those help comments, like I get where Ebony was coming from of being like upset because of just like her grandmother and her family history experiences and stuff, and like I see why she kind of was like not feeling that. So then they all showed the ladies because they are going out for the day to a winery that Luann has put together. And you should just, Ramona's face when she saw Leah's outfit was priceless. Like, it's just funny to me because living in New York, wouldn't you think that you would be pretty used to seeing downtown style versus uptown style? Because to me, I feel like Leah, she's just more downtown, and I feel like, well, I know Ramona's more uptown. But I don't get Ramona. She just could be such a hater. Talking about like, oh, you have animal print and you have this going on and that. Who cares? Let the girl wear what she wants, just like you're wearing what you want. Just because she's not dressed Hamptons doesn't mean that it doesn't look good. It just means that she's not going to conform to a style that's not her own. I think it would have been more weird to see her dressed up like the rest of them. I like when housewives can come in to their first or second season and maybe most of them aren't glam the first season in. Like, let's just be honest here. Most of them are not to the 9s and 10s. Like, they're all very pretty women, no matter what, but they definitely step it up normally their second season in because of the pressure of being a housewife, and you see all these ladies, like, every day is a dress-up day with housewives. Full of glam, girls. Full of glam. Doesn't matter where they're going. Full of glam. But I just thought that Ramona was being such a hater over the outfit choice that Leah had. Like, just let somebody have their own style, Ramona. Stop. Just stop. Then they all get into the bus, and guess how Luann introduces herself to the bus driver as Luann. Did Mrs. De Lesseps really just introduce herself to a bus driver as Luann? And they even showed the flashback of her with Bethany. When Bethany and her were going out in the first season, and Bethany said, you know, this is Luann to her driver, and Luann like schooled Bethany, like, actually it's like Mrs. De Lesseps, you know, it's supposed to be like respectful. She was like, oh, my bad, this is Mrs. De Lesseps. If you saw the episode, you saw the flashback. If you've been watching Housewives from the beginning, you remember, you know. So wow, what a long way this countess has come from going from Mrs. De Lesseps. Which, is she still a De Lesseps? Did she ever take Tom, whoever I don't even remember his last name. That's much I want Tom to just go away. Just like Harry Dubin, which, by the way, if you follow the wives on Instagram, Leah just posted a picture with her and Tinsley, and the caption was like along the lines of convincing Tinsley to come back to New York, blah, blah, blah. Who's standing in the background? Harry Dubin. Is this dude just everywhere in New York all at once? Like, he's just does he follow the Housewives cameras? Like, Harry, let me know. Can somebody from Harry's team let me know? I want to know. He's just always there. But anyways, I don't know what Luann's last name is anymore. So I don't know if it's De Lesseps or if she, I don't know. So I don't know how she would introduce herself other than Mrs. De Lesseps, because I don't know her last name, but I just thought it was weird that she's going by Luann now to drivers. You've come a long way, Countess. And then they get this Garth guy. Good grief. I'm already sick of hearing about this Garth dude from South Africa, and he's a trainer, yoga, and whatever the heck he does, and blah, 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 between Sonia and Luann. But Luann always has men around her. I've noticed that she is definitely, well, she's one that likes the male attention. I think we've all figured that out. But I'm kind of interested. I mean, we see Garth later on in the episode through like FaceTime, but I can't wait to see this dude like on screen, because I want to see what this dude's working with that has like these women so excited. Let's see. So then they're all just conversating still in the bus that they're on to go to this winery. And, you know, Leah's always outrageous. Always, like, saying stuff that just, I feel like she tries to see if she can make Ramona squirm. But she talks about how overnight, like the night before, she, like, received a D-pic, you know, dick pic. In her DMs, I think. And Ramona is so disgusted. Oh, it was so funny to see the look on Ramona's face. She was just like... And, let's just be honest here. Okay? I'm married. I'm happily married. I'm very, very, very happily married. But I have people in my life that are single. And I've heard how you can just randomly get a D-pic sent to your DMs, or, you know, however you're communicating with the person. And no thanks. Like, I feel like if I was single, I'd feel like Luann and just, I don't need that. I'm good. I've never understood the confidence level in that. Like, what if she shows her friends? What if she's laughing about it? Like, I want to know how the hubris has gotten that that extreme that guys are just so willing to do that. I don't know. I feel like if I was single, I would not want to be sending those kind of pics of my stuff, of, you know, my lady parts to somebody. You know why? Because I would be thinking that too. Ooh, what if he would like show his friends or their you know what I'm saying? You just don't know. You just don't know. So guys, if you are out here sending those kind of pics, you are brave. I want to be able to do it. Just saying. And Luann feels the same way. She said, no thanks on receiving those. And I'm with her right there. Yep. They get to the winery and it is beautiful. Such a beautiful place, which you already know that these ladies are about to wreck that. It's a beautiful day for some housewives to come in and wreak havoc on a beautiful winery. Which, I didn't understand the whole winery choice, especially with Luann. Like, if she's trying to avoid alcohol, I'm not understanding why she would choose that, you know? Don't you guys think that's a little weird? Let me know what you think, because I thought it was a little weird. And then she, like, is taking her fake rosé with her, which, I mean, I guess if that helps her, I mean, do it, but I don't think that that's helpful if you're trying to, you know, stay away from things like that. That's just my opinion. And then when they're all, they at one point they're all at like a table, you know, at the winery. Again, beautiful place. So beautiful. It was like gorgeous. I like the scenery. Ebony then tries to explain to Ramona why the help comment is offensive. And I gotta give it to her, because girl, you really tried, Ebony. You really tried. Ramona is just, she's a tough one, but I like that Ebony really spoke well, carried herself. You know, she didn't get confrontational with it. She was really trying to help Ramona out by understanding why that term could be seen as offensive. So she tried. And then, of course, Leah is like still on it about this whole donation of plasma, if Ramona did it or not. Like, she is really going at her about it. Do you guys think that she did? I mean, truthfully, I don't think that Ramona did it by the way that she was reacting to everything. I don't think that she did. Just like because she kept saying that she already gave her statement out, like, to the media and stuff, and didn't really want to talk more about it and elaborate. And I just felt like, yeah, she probably didn't do it, but Leah just keeps going and going. And you can tell that she's just wanting everybody to shut it down. You can just tell by how she is reacting to everything. Like, she is just like, guys, please stop. But they just keep on going and going on and on about this whole, how her and Avery, you know, so that I'm pretty sure that she said it was her and her daughter that donated the plasma and the antibodies because of the COVID pandemic. But yeah, you can see that she just wanted them to shut it down. She wouldn't own it. She wouldn't say if she lied. Like, she's not going to, guys. She's not going to. Like, that's Ramona, you know? You could tell. I mean, all of us could tell that have watched her long enough. We could tell that she didn't. But we also know how Ramona is. And I do want to say, as a side note, because she called, like, Leah the COVID police. As a side note, Leah, you kind of were being the COVID police, though. Like, she would not let it go. And I feel like I get where she's coming from. Like, if Ramona lied, it's not right to say that you did something that you didn't actually do just to get that recognition. But she didn't have to keep berating her like that, in my opinion. And then Leah gets up, she gets mad, she's like, well, no one even cares. Like, nobody's even confronting her. You guys are all too, you know, like, not, like, she was upset that they did not care, in her opinion, because nobody was getting as worked up as her. And I wouldn't say that they wouldn't care, but it's different between, you ask a question, and to me, I don't like being lied to. I don't like hearing an excuse, so I'll just drop it. Like, if I ask somebody something and I already feel like they're not being honest with me, like, let's just move on. I'm not going to get the truth out of you. You're not going to own up to it. I'm not going to waste my time, you know? But apparently Leah is the opposite, and she's just like, no, we're gonna get this out here. We're gonna talk about it now. You're gonna own up to it and, you know, basically interrogate the woman while at a table. But that's my take on it. I felt she was too confrontational. Let me know what you think. And then Luann gets up because she's like, I need to go check on Ramona and make sure everything's okay, because Ramona walks off. And Luann finds her. She's in the bathroom, and Ramona's like, I have diarrhea. Just give me a minute. I have diarrhea. Do you guys really think that she had diarrhea, or do you think it was just the fact that she was upset by Leah and wanted to get away for a moment? Because that's what I think. I think that she just said that she had diarrhea because she wanted Luann to leave her alone. That's my interpretation. You let me know what you think, though. So then Luann, you know, goes back to the table and then tells everybody that basically, like, you have Ramona so scared that she's, you know, crapping herself. And they tell Leah, not Aaliyah, gosh. They tell Leah that she gets a little too confrontational. And it's true, like, girl, you get hyped up quick. And I don't even think she was drinking. Like, she just went from 0 to 100 real quick. Like, it escalated real quick. I talk too fast. I do. I talk way too fast. And then first let me say that when Ramona comes back out, her and Sonia go and like have a discussion together. And Ramona talks about how Leah drives her crazy and she doesn't like how she wears, like, how she's wearing multiple animal prints at once together. And what's funny is that Ramona herself has on like 3 different animal prints. And leave it to Sonia to point it out to her too. Like, you have on animal print here, 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 here. So yeah, I had to laugh because Ramona, is trying to say she's irritated with Leah about something. And what she's irritated with is something that she's doing herself at the exact moment. It couldn't get more Ramona than that. So yeah. I'm glad that Sonia was there to point that out. That, you have on multiple animal prints too, Missy. So then as Sonia and Ramona are walking back to the table with the ladies, there's some gentlemen, and a gentleman compliments Sonia's body, which she's all excited about, that she would get complimented on her body, which no shame in that game, girl. I'd be excited too. I'd be like, oh yeah. I mean, who wouldn't? Well, I don't know. I'm married. I'd probably be creeped out. But I'm saying if I were her, single, I could see where you'd be flattered by that, especially when you get, I think all women, the older we get, the more insecure we get about the age that we are, and maybe our youth fading or whatever. So I think that at any age, it would be flattering to hear that. But as soon as Sonia gets back to the table with the ladies, she just has to go and tell them, oh, this man just said I had a nice body, complimented my body. And who's the first one to say something? Luann. Wait, where? What man? Where? He complimented you? Where? Where's he at? Like, dang, Luann. She wasn't quite like that. I'm over dramatizing it. But needless to say, that's how I envisioned it. Like, dang, girl, stop being so thirsty. These 2 ladies with men, it is an interesting dynamic. They are like good friends, but yet they have such a rivalry or something when it comes to men. Interesting. Again, are there only like 5 men in New York? I need to know. Harry Dubin, Tom, and I guess now Garth. Sorry, I had to. But, I just thought it was funny. That did not. Again, I'm still getting the hang of this contouring thing. So, if you find any of my methods to be, if they need corrected, you tell me. Please, I don't care who you are. You tell me if I need to do something different, because I'm still trying to figure it all out. So before they leave the winery and go to the next place they're going to, there's a little bit of resolve between Ramona and Ebony. Like, after the whole conversation about the help thing, Ramona says that she's thankful to Ebony because Ebony taught her, something that maybe she wasn't recognizing before. So I guess we'll see where this all leads, Who knows with Ramona, but, hopefully this will be a new leaf for the 2 ladies. Now they're going back on the bus and they're going to some little town, I guess, to go shopping and venture around. It is a cute little town. It is just like, I don't know, it looks like a storybook town almost. It's very pretty. I don't remember the name of it though, but it was very cute little town. So they decided to go shopping. Sonia's already like tanked, of course, because she had been drinking at the winery. So we all know that Sonia's gonna be acting foolish because she just drinks so much. I wonder if it's just, I don't know. I'm still trying to figure that all out. I haven't figured it out yet. Okay. But I think that's a beautiful little town. I know that the ladies are about to become hot messes, especially Sonia. We already knew it before we even had to see furthermore in the episode. Just seeing her behavior going into the first little store, we knew. You don't act like you didn't. And then, that first store that they went to, I thought was super cute. I would go there. Like, I liked a lot of the pieces in that store. Maybe I need to go visit New York sometime, or I guess that's more what, Sag Harbor or whatever, but it was a cute little store. Anyways, then they go to another shop and I think it was like a holistic, they had sage there. So Ramona made the joke, Ramona and Sonia were joking about how they needed to sage the house with Heather coming. And obviously we all know that Leah is not feeling it with Heather. We saw that in the last episode. And if you didn't get the last episode, I did another Get Ready With Me Housewives Discush Sesh of it. So you could always just listen to me talk about it and then you'll know. But anyways, I thought it was funny though that they were talking about saging the house because of Heather's arrival. Funny. And then the foreshadowing begins on how we know that there's going to be an issue between Leah and Heather. Because Heather, like I've already said, I read some articles that Heather has recently given about the Housewives and why she doesn't stay this entire season on the Housewives. So we get to see that. And then we see her, as in Leah, Leah's already getting all hyped up about Heather coming. And she's not even there yet. She's already like worked up, ready, just ready to go. I don't want to say ready for not like a fist fight, but she's ready. She's ready to confront Heather because she is loaded up with information and ready to blow. The dam is going to explode. We already know. So then they they talk about, I don't know what they were talking about, but Ebony talks about, they're supposed to shuck oysters at the next night, which we won't see until obviously the next episode. But Ebony was like, I haven't shucked oysters since my Hooters days. And they're like, what? Well, then of course she provided a picture of herself in her Hooters attire for them to show on the show. And oh my gosh, she looks so cute. That was a cute little throwback. I liked it. So while they're out and about shopping, Sonia is just tanked. Like, we all know. Because you can see it. And she's talking about that Garth guy so much. Like, I don't know what this is. Like, why, what is it about this? Like, I don't know why I keep hearing more about this Garth guy from her than from Luann, who is supposedly the one that's like interested in him, maybe dating. I don't know. I don't know how the dating world works anymore. So, anyways, Sonia keeps talking about him though. Like, you would think that it would be Luann when we talk about this guy. But I'm like, I don't know who I heard about it more from. I'm going to say Sonia. So then they go and find this like little mini bar and sit down, and Sonia does not need any more to drink at this point. I like that part. There's just some things with makeup that like is my favorite. And that's one of them. But she's already sloppy drunk. Please, like, let's not get this woman any more to drink. It's not going to be pretty. And Leah orders a mocktail, which I think is great. Which basically is just like Sprite or lemon lime soda or whatever. And normally like a flavoring of some sort. Cherry or, you know, lime or, you know, it just looks fancier than a regular like pop. So she orders one of those, and I'm very proud to see that. And Sonia is over there ordering, talking about that she wants shrimp, and the guy was like, no, you don't want shrimp. I thought that was funny. She was like, oh no, I don't. No shrimps. She just brings, I know that she's sloppy drunk, but she still brings entertainment, guys. That's why they keep her. Because just wait, I'm getting to the part where she acts a fool. But they show Luann. Now, for years, they talked about how Luann smoked cigarettes. I feel like I didn't even realize that she was a cigarette smoker, which I really don't care. It's not my body. I don't care what somebody else does. So just know that I don't care that she's a smoker. That's not the point that I'm getting at. But she's always been really good at hiding the fact that she's a smoker on camera. We normally don't ever see Luann smoking. But yet, we saw it. I just thought that was crazy because she normally doesn't allow that kind of stuff to be seen. But I know it's got to be hard. I mean, she's trying to not drink, and there they are in this group of ladies. They're always drinking. I mean, I can imagine that it was probably not the easiest moment for her. But I also don't understand quite why she would still have gone and or even chose to have a day like that. Like, I don't get it. But when she comes back to the table, she talks to Leah, and Leah's like, you know, I really think that maybe the fake rosé is not a good thing for you. You know, maybe you think it's a good thing, but it's not. And drinking it out of a wine glass is probably also not helpful for you. And just, you know, kind of tries to have that conversation. And I'm really hoping that Luann saw what she was trying to get at. Because Luann was like, well, you know, you're drinking a mocktail. What's the difference? And I get what the difference is. Hopefully Luann will get to a point where she sees what that difference is that Leah's like basically drinking a pop with like flavoring in it, and Luann's still trying to basically live her life like she's, ooh, I almost forgot my spray. But anyway, she's trying to live her life like she's still like drinking. So I get it. And then we go on to Sonia just talking whatever she's talking. And she said that she doesn't want to be part of the cancel consolation. And then Ramona's like, why would we want to cancel culture? Because Ebony tells Sonia, like, oh, you're not going to get canceled. Calm down. You're not going to. And Ramona was like, well, why would you want to cancel culture? So Leah then takes it back to serious, and she's like, let's talk about Heather's comments that she put out there about everybody. And so she goes and looks over at Luann while she's reading some of these comments from this podcast that Heather had done. And she's like, and Heather said about you that there's nothing authentic about you and that you were doing drugs. Luann, fabulous, great. Also, Luann, who the hell is she, that bitch? She cracked me up with that. Like, at first she was like, oh, awesome, fabulous, and she said that about me. Then she goes, who the hell is she, that bitch? And it was funny to me. I'm not sure if I already sprayed this. I feel like I did. I just got so into what I was talking about that I'm going to do it again. Just in case I didn't. And then Sonia goes on talking about that Garth guy again. Like, just shh. Nobody wants to hear about Garth. I don't want to hear about Garth. And she just starts acting awful. Just wild. And she makes a phone call to somebody that's part of Chase Bank, trying to prove about like what they're doing for like what were they doing? But that there's like some sort of perk that they're really helping like people of different races get into homes and actually be like homeowners and stuff. Because Ebony was saying that she has a mortgage that's going through Chase, and that she's like really happy with what they're doing for her community. So then Ramona says during this conversation, like, well, Wells Fargo has better rates. No, Ramona, no. Sonia's already drunk. No. So, Ebony's like, yes, they have better rates, but I prefer Chase because of what they're doing to bridge the gap and all that stuff. So, Sonia goes nuts over what Ramona said about her family. How dare Ramona bring up Wells Fargo and attack Sonia's family? And that is where the episode ends, because it is to be continued, which I can't wait. And it looks like the next episode looks pretty good. So I'm looking forward to next week to hopefully we see this Garth guy. I'm ready to see him. Let's see him. Not on FaceTime. And I'm interested to see how this all goes with Heather, because they showed the clips of the party that they have, which, by the way, I am a Breakfast at Tiffany's, like, I love the movie, and I am an Audrey Hepburn fan. I'm obsessed with her. I love her, and so I like that the next episode they're all dressing up like the character Hallie Golightly from Breakfast at Tiffany's, and they all sit down for dinner, is what it looks like, and hit Heather with those comments that she made in those podcasts. So I'm really excited to cover that one with you. Beverly Hills just aired last night. Obviously, I'm going to get a tattoo done today. So maybe I'll watch it tonight. And then hopefully in the next couple days, I can post another video of a Housewives Discush Sesh with you to discuss everything Beverly Hills, because I'm ready for them to come back. And I know that you are too, my Housewives fans. So anyways, I hope you have a great day. Everything, like I said, I used on my face, I'll post down below in the description. And I'll see you all later. Bye!